In a small, isolated village, there lived an old woman named Miriam. She was known for her wisdom, but age had taken its toll, leaving her frail and lonely. One cold, stormy night, as the wind howled through the trees, Miriam heard a knock on her door. When she opened it, a tall figure cloaked in darkness stood before her.
It was the devil himself, with eyes that glowed like embers and a voice that sent shivers down her spine. "I've come to make you an offer," he said with a sly smile. Miriam, though frightened, stood her ground. "What do you want from an old woman like me?" she asked. The devil leaned in closer, his voice a whisper. "I can give you back your youth, your strength, and anything you desire. In return, I ask for a simple favor." Miriam, though frightened, stood her ground. "What do you want from an old woman like me?" she asked. The devil leaned in closer, his voice a whisper. "I can give you back your youth, your strength, and anything you desire. In return, I ask for a simple favor."
Miriam's eyes narrowed with suspicion. "And what is this favor?" The devil's smile grew wider. "In 7 days, you must give me your soul," he said, his voice dripping with malice. Miriam, wise beyond her years, paused to consider the offer. She longed for her youth, for the days when she was strong and full of life. But she also knew the devil was cunning and deceitful. After a moment, she replied, "I will think about your offer and give you my answer in the morning."
The devil agreed, and with a swirl of smoke, he vanished into the night. As soon as he was gone, Miriam sat by the fire, deep in thought. She knew that accepting the devil's bargain would come at a terrible cost, but an idea began to form in her mind. The next morning, the devil returned, expecting an eager acceptance of his deal. But Miriam had a different plan. "I've decided to accept your offer," she said calmly. "But only if you can complete a task for me first."
The devil, confident in his power, laughed. "Name your task, old woman, and I shall do it." Miriam led him to her garden, where a large, old tree stood. "This tree has been here since before I was born," she said. "It bears fruit only once every 100 years, and tomorrow is the day it will bloom. I want you to bring me the first fruit that falls."
The devil, eager to seal the deal, agreed without hesitation. He stood by the tree, waiting for the fruit to fall. Hours turned into days, and the devil grew impatient. He realized too late that Miriam had tricked him. The tree was a magic tree, and it would not bear fruit for another 100 years. Enraged, the devil returned to Miriam, but she simply smiled. "You failed to fulfill my request," she said. "Our deal is off." With a furious roar, the devil disappeared, defeated.
Miriam, still an old woman, was at peace. She knew that true wisdom and inner strength were more valuable than youth and power. And so she lived out